Jim Rohn has this quote where he says, "You never start a day until it's done on paper." Right? So my day is already pretty much planned because I get that done way far in advance. My morning starts the evening before because how I end my evening is going to dictate how I start my morning. How would you like to know how I make $1 million before 9 a.m.? So before most people are waking up, I've already made $1 million. In this video, I'm gonna share with you exactly how to do it. So first and foremost, I'm Dr. Marquel Russell, the King of Client Attraction, the CEO and co-founder of Client Attraction University. And to date, we've helped our clients to over $1 billion in revenue, and our goal is to help 1 million Black service-based businesses add an extra $1 million to their annual revenue, which is adding $1 trillion to the global economy and the Black community. And one of the ways to do that is by creating video content like this that you can take and actually apply into your business, okay? So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, quick disclaimer. When I'm talking about how I make $1 million before 9 a.m., I'm actually not talking about necessarily $1 million in cash that hits the bank account, right? I'm talking about something actually more powerful, okay? And it's actually how I do it with my morning routine. So I'm gonna walk you through this. I'm making this video because somebody asked me about, okay, what's your morning routine? And a lot of times people ask me about this when I'm doing podcasts and interviews and things of that nature as well. So I want to get into it and kind of take you behind the scenes for a second, okay? So I'm gonna walk you through this step by step by step. And I'm actually gonna keep this short because I'm actually, I've gotta do another part of my morning routine. It's actually 6:18 a.m. Eastern time. Most people are still asleep, but I'm gonna get this video in before I get out of here, okay? So let's dive in. So here's how I do it. Now, here's how I gamify this to actually encourage me to actually do it consistently, right? So I'm gamifying it in my mind. So let me walk you through this real quick. Now, before I even get to the morning routine, I'm gonna go to my whiteboard as well and walk through this. So I want you to understand my morning routine actually starts the night before, right? So my goal is so typically this is before I even get into the morning stuff. So my eating window, right, is during the day. I eat from 12 p.m. At the time we're doing this video, I eat from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., right? 6 p.m., I'm done eating, right? So this is my intermittent fasting window. I eat for 6 hours, and then I fast for 18 hours. My body goes into a fasting state. Even when I train in the morning, I'm fasted state, and I eat at 12, okay? So now, after I'm done eating, I typically, ideally like to be in bed at 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., right? I like to be in bed ideally. Right? So this will actually, and I get up at 3:45 a.m. Okay? So ideally, I want to be up at 6 hours. I want to have 6 hours of sleep. Right? This is optimal for me. Most people say they got to have 8, they got to have 9 hours, different things of that nature. I'm not going to argue with any of that, but I know for me, I'm optimal at 6, right? Anywhere from 6 to 8, but I'm super optimal at 6. So I'm totally fine there. Okay? So now part of my nightly routine, but again, I haven't even got to the morning. Jim Rohn has this quote where he says, "You never start a day until it's done on paper," right? So that's, of course, my day is already planned. I'll do a whole nother training video on how I plan my weeks and plan my days. I'll do a totally another video on that because I want to keep this one short and straight to the point. So my day is already pretty much planned because I get that done way far in advance. Again, I'll do another video on that. But starting my morning starts the evening before because how I end my evening is going to dictate how I start my morning in most cases. So one of the things I do in my nightly routine is I take a shower, and in that shower I drip some lavender oil in it. Lavender oil helps you sleep. It's an essential oil, right? So I drip some of that in there and it steams up. So I do that and it helps me sleep amazing. I've been like testing this because I use an oil ring to track my sleep and I can even tell how I feel, right? So lavender oil. Number 2 is I have some chamomile tea, right? All organic chamomile tea. So I drink the tea and then I take magnesium. It's like a natural muscle relaxer basically, right? So these 3 things, this is like my pre-sleep routine. Also, ideally, unless my kids are in the room, my wife is still up, things of that nature, I like for the room to be black, pitch black, and then I like the room to be cool. Ideally, 70 degrees, 68 to 70 degrees, right? And I'm ordering, I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna order these black eye covers to make it I'm actually writing. You can't even see my screen. My bad. So yeah. So my um, so yeah. So I had these, I'm ordering these black eye covers. I haven't ordered them yet, but I am going to get them. It's going to help me, black it out even more. Okay, so I like the room cool. Again, my wife, sometimes we go back and forth. She likes it warm. I like it cool. So we kind of go back and forth with that, right? So this is my evening before the morning even starts. Now let's get to the morning. So when I get up in the morning, 3:45 a.m. Wake up. So I set an alarm. I wake up. When I wake up, that's 100,000. Right. So I made 100,000 for getting up at 35. So I'm gamifying this and programming myself. And it's all when it comes to wealth consciousness and money consciousness helps as well. Again, which is a whole nother video. So wake up, 100,000. Then prayer. First thing I do is pray before my feet even hit the floor. Typically is another 100,000. Okay. Then from there, I head to my office, which is upstairs. I typically like to have before I go to bed, also I like to have my water for the morning prepped. So now I already have it and I don't have to go downstairs to get water. So I hyperhydrate first thing in the morning. So for me, this looks like 32 ounces of water. So I actually have a big mason jar. This is my water jar. It's 32 ounces, right? So yeah, I think it's 24, 32. Yeah, it's about 32 ounces. So I fill that up. Had that already ready in the morning. Okay. So 32 ounces of water. It's another 100,000. Okay. Then I get up to my office, and when I get into my office, I have a worship music playlist on my phone. Right, so it's on my phone, and also, by the way, before I go to bed, the last thing before I go to bed is I should put this on here. I put my phone in airplane mode, right? So that way I don't wake up to see texts and things of that nature. Also, I don't know, you can't see it on here. You might be able to see it. You see my screen is yellow. So I have this setting on my phone that at a certain time, I think it's actually at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. I got to double check what time I got it set to. My phone goes into the blue light setting on my phone. So because it's a study that shows that the blue light affects your sleep. So I have mine go into yellow. I think I might got it set on. I got to double check my settings. But anyway, I have it set up. I'm actually let me see if I can check this right now to confirm. Let me see. Night mode. Let me see, because I want to give you the exact, just in case you're like me and you're gonna go use this stuff. So let me see. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on 1 second. Boom. Screen. Yeah. So 1 second. Oh, there we go. Display and brightness. Night shift. So yeah, I have it set up for 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. So 8 p.m. And I may even set it to go earlier. I may have to go from 6, when I'm going into down mode. I'm actually going to do that right now. So I'm going to go from 6. I'm actually updating it right now. So it takes me out of the blue light even sooner. So I got it in night shift mode. So it shifts the color of my display. And it goes to 7 a.m. So it yellows out my screen, right? So boom, that's that. So I have that set up the night before. So let me jump back here. So I super hyperhydrate. Again, I have if you can see that, I got my playlist on there I got my worship music. So I'm kind of my time with God, first thing in the morning, I got that already planned, kind of setting the atmosphere. I like to get up at 3:45 earlier because I like to get my kids up. I got to get my kids up 2 hours later, so I like to have my own me time with myself for that hour or two, or depending on what's going on, probably an hour and some change. So I put it on shuffle and I just have it randomly playing. Right. So play worship playlist. Right. So another 100,000. Boom. While that's playing, I'm journaling. Right? Another 100,000. My prompts, because a lot of times people used to tell me to journal, or I used to always study a lot of super successful people, and they told me that they journal, right? But I could never figure out, okay, how do you just sit down and just write? Because I feel like I would be writing all day. So I end up getting this book called the 5 minute journal, right? I may have a link to it in the bio, something like this, or a description or whatever. But it's the 5 minute journal. I actually started buying those and kept racking up on them, and then I end up just taking the prompts from it and just create my own version of it. I actually used the Remarkable to do my journaling. And I'm not sponsored by any of these people, by the way. I'm just sharing with you all the tools. I may have some, if you're watching this on YouTube, I may have some links to like the tools in the description section for you to grab up, right? If I can find an affiliate link where they're gonna pay me. But other than that, I just want to make sure you got the tools. So in there, I asked myself 3 questions. Number 1, what are 3 things I'm grateful for? What would make today great? I write an affirmation. And then I just do like some journaling, whatever my thoughts I have. I just write a little bit, right? And that's my journaling. Then my journal is done. Probably takes me about 5 minutes or so. Really straight to the point. So that's 100,000, right? Then from there, I go through my morning success doc. So I'm just calling it my MS doc. So my morning success document, it has like my vision, my 3-year goals, my definite major purpose, concept from Thinking to Grow Rich, my 10-year goals, 6-month goals. So I'm looking at all my goals. I'm looking at the vision that I have for myself. So going through all those different things, right? Also, I got some pictures, like a digital vision board, so to speak. So this theater of the mind, which is a concept from the Maxwell Maltz book, Psycho-Cybernetics. So I'm going through all that to kind of remind myself of my future self, who I am and who I'm developing and growing into, right? So I'm going through that. Again, when I do that, oops. Hold on. Okay, so I got my morning success document in. So then it's another 100,000, right? So far I'm at 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm at $600,000. I'm over $500,000 already. So I get my morning success document in, right? Boom. So I go through that. Then once I'm done with that, I brain train, right? So I use this tool called Lumosity for brain training. So it's games basically, but it's still triggering your brain, helping you with your memory, helping you with your recall, helping you with all different types of stuff, right? So I brain train. That's 100,000. It's a tool called Lumosity, right? So that's that, right? Let me go to another page because I'm writing this way too big. Once that's done, I do a meditation. And it's not like a long meditation. I know some people who meditate for like 30, 45 minutes in the morning, an hour. I don't. I do a 10-minute meditation. Right, it's just an audio video I found on YouTube. Right, again another 100,000, and then from there I go into my. It's gonna trip you out. I do my morning stack. Right, so my morning stack is this. I got it right here on my desk actually. So these are like all different like devotionals. I'm looking at the camera, but it should be looking right here. I'm looking at the screen. It should be. This is my morning stack. So it's basically these are all like devotionals. So it's pretty much just like one page. It's like a surge of wisdom, right? So I'm getting like one page in from each one of these because they're like devotionals, right? Daily Stoic, Daily Laws, all these. So I'm reading through those. Doesn't take me that long. So I go through those, and then whatever book I'm reading. So my morning stack, that'll give me 100 grand, right? Getting through that. So that put me at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, you shouldn't see my screen. So that puts me at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm at 900,000, right? So now, by this time, and then also I like to get 30 to 45 minutes of reading in, depending on what book I'm on, right? I'll typically get some reading in within that time. So that'll give me another 100,000. So obviously I'm at $1 million now, and it's gonna take me over. And then I wake kids up, another 100,000. And this also comes with waking my kids up and doing their morning success ritual with them. So I do like affirmations with them. I make them a smoothie, make sure their clothes and stuff is ironed, take them to the bus stop. So that's 100,000, doing their thing with them. And then once they're all settled, right, then I head to the gym. Right, and then train. By the time I leave the gym, it's probably like 8 something. And then I get back home, and then my business day technically starts like 9:30. I'm creating content early today because I was already in content mode because I had to fix something. On Wednesdays, because this is a Wednesday, it's actually more of a flex day, so I throw off the routine a little bit on Wednesdays because Monday and Tuesday I went hard with the routine. Wednesday I kind of throw it off a little bit like I did today, and then Thursday and Friday I kind of lock back in on it. So that's pretty much the whole process. Again, I'm gonna show you that one more time. That's the whole process, the whole rundown of how I do the morning success ritual. So think about what I want you to do is look at your day and figure out what does your morning routine look like right now. How can you adjust it? Some adjustments can you make? My son, my 10-year-old just walked in using the video. Now you might as well say, hey. So that's that. Look at your morning success ritual right now. What's your morning routine look like? What adjustments can you make? You don't have to do all of this. I've refined this over the years. But that's literally how I go about making $1 million before 9 a.m. Eastern time. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.